I'm Jasmine Brandt, and I have Married to Medicine's Toya Bush-Harris. How are we doing?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me, Jasmine. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. It's good to see you off camera.
Yeah.
We're season 2. How has your life changed since reality TV?
You know what? In the beginning, it was a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Right. You know, but now, like, season 2 has been very positive. I mean, we have so many viewers that are just like have been so supportive of our show, and I mean, we took a little bit of time off, and all of a sudden we were getting people bombarding us on Twitter like, when are y'all coming back? You know, where's Married to Medicine? And we're like, oh, they missed us, good, you know. So it's been awesome. I mean, it's just been a very positive situation. Even with my children, I didn't know that they were gonna embrace me on the camera like they have. Like, one of them, he's just like, when's the camera coming back over?
When's the crew coming back?
When's the crew? You know, so he is enjoying it. He loves it.
What is the difference that you've seen for yourself, I guess, filming and what you see thus far between the first season and the second season?
I think first season, everybody was new to the game. It was like this big, you know, it was just wherever the show took us, we went. But I think this season, we all felt like we needed to define ourselves. And, you know, that started with, you know, finding out, okay, what do you want to be? What do you want the viewers to see about you that's most important? And I think for me, it was always about my children and being a housewife. But it also, this season became more about showing that, you know, I had a background. Because everyone's like, is she educated? Did she go to college? Did she have a job? And it's like, he did not find me at birth. You know, it was not an arranged marriage. I did not have anything going on in my life. So, you know, now it was more about showing other viewers who I am.
Okay. What's been hardest? What's been most tough, most difficult this season?
I think the most difficult thing for me has been trying to figure out who the hell your friend is. You know, is your friend, who's the friend of me, who's the friend, you know, because it's like you're on a show, but you're also outside of the show, you want to maintain some type of relationship. Right. And it makes it difficult when that lights, camera, action, and that light come on and people change. Right. And so, I mean, it's been very difficult for me because I think that on the show, I'm myself all the time. I'm myself on TV, I'm myself off camera. And I don't think everybody is. So it's very difficult because if you don't change, then you look kind of odd if everyone else does. Okay. You know?
Who do you think on the cast is not the same, or they're nicer maybe off camera?
Definitely Simone. Okay. You know, off camera, me and her, I mean, we've known each other for at least, we were never like really close friends, but honestly, we've probably known each other and had mutual friends for at least 3-4 years now. And Jackie, I've known her for at least 4 years. And, you know, she's always been cordial, always been nice. I've never seen this other person. This, you know, this very amped up, you know, over the top individual. And so it's like, it kind of catches you off guard. Right. You know, especially when you're not trying to be that individual. Right. So folks have watched the kind of the conflict between you and Dr. Simone. What really, for you, what is it about? I mean, I've watched what I think it was about, but I mean, for me, it's always been about respect. You know, I think that as ladies, as grown women, we have to respect each other first, you know, for just being, you know, mothers. You have to respect each other for being wives. Right. And I think that she got a little confused. You know, I think that she thought that her situation was playful, and even though it was, she still crossed some lines. Okay. And then when it was brought to her attention, it was like she went totally left instead of just hearing what the individual was trying to say to her. And, you know, honestly, I was okay with it as long as she would have said, you know what, I hear you, my fault, won't happen again, girl, I apologize, and we move forward. Okay. I mean, that's all you can really expect, right? You know, from a grown woman. You know, we all make mistakes. But it was like she never wanted to take any ownership for it, and it was just very surprising for me, because I wouldn't have expected that from her. So it wasn't so much the kind of incident, it was more of her reaction? Yeah, it was the reaction after the fact. Okay. You know, I mean, because even when it happened, even when I came up to her, they only showed on the show me approaching her at the party. Hold on, so people that maybe didn't see it. So
you felt some kind of way about her kind of dancing.
Right. It was
a little bit too. It was too close for you. Like the.
It wasn't even that it was too close. It was just the fact that when it got too close, I put my hand up, and she was like, psh. You know, it was like. I was like, really? Okay.
But in her eyes, she was just joking. It wasn't that serious. But you weren't comfortable with that.
Right. I wasn't comfortable with it. And so then when the hand moved, and I asked her about it off camera, she's like, it never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And I'm like, huh? You know, okay. I wasn't drinking. I remember.
Okay.
You know, and she's like, it never happened. And she just kept with that story. It never happened.
Okay.
But then when they decided to actually show how everything happened verbatim, you know, just in the order in which it happened, she had to accept it. So then the story changed from it never happened to I was just being playful.
Gotcha.
And we're like, okay, well, that's fine. You can be playful. We'll go with that if that's the storyline you want to go with. But you should apologize if you offended your friend.
Right.
But then it was, I'm not apologizing for nothing. You know, who was that? Why do I have to apologize for her? And it just took on a life of its own, the disrespect that just kept adding on. And I think the most difficult thing for me was seeing another black female try to literally tear down another woman.
Right.
You know, her character through just ignorance. And I decided I wasn't going to go tit for tat with her.
Was your husband uncomfortable when she was dancing on him, or he didn't think anything of it?
It was funny because when I asked him about it, I actually had a conversation with him, her, and her husband. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know, would you be okay? And my husband was like, well, I wouldn't be okay with you ever doing it, you know. Mm-hmm. And he was like, you know, but I think that when, you know, you pushed her hand away, that was appropriate. You know, because he was facing the other direction. So he really didn't know what was going on behind him. And when and then when he finally kind of motioned, we ended up sitting down.
Okay, gotcha.
So, I mean, of course they don't show
the entire
situation. Yeah. But, yeah, he motioned out the way when he saw that it was like this sandwiched in weird high school.
Right.
It was just crazy. I was like, okay. You know, I mean, because me and my husband, we're playful people, but I don't disrespect him in the least bit by, you know, having another individual or man. I just don't put him in those predicaments.
Gotcha.
I think that's, and he doesn't do it for me because, you know, I go crazy.
Okay.